Okay, 3 important things before I start talking. First, today's the 28th. That means tomorrow will be the 29th, which means tomorrow I will be 20 years old. Goodbye, teenage angst! Just kidding. I don't really... Whatever, you get the point. Yeah. So now my 2 big points. So what I'm going to be talking about today is coming out, because you guys said I should, and I need some gay-ass shit for this channel. So there are 2 really important things to remember with the coming out process, because it is a process. And important things always come first. Like with popcorn, if you're going to make it, the directions are on the outside of the bag, the popcorn's on the inside of the bag. You see the directions, you pop it, then you eat. Directions first, eat later. See how that works? Important things first. So, the first thing to remember about coming out is that it is a process. And you're going to come out to many different people in many different spaces throughout your lifetime. And you may even have to come out multiple times to the same people. That's because sexual orientation and gender identity are fluid, which means they can always change. So perhaps right now you identify as, I don't know, gay or lesbian. A few years down the line, maybe you'll identify more as bisexual or two-spirit or gender nonconforming or transgender. And I realize that sexual orientation and gender identity are not one and the same. I'm just saying that, you might still be gay but also be transgendered. So you're going to have to come out multiple times in that instance, which is completely cool. So, there's no be-all, end-all. You can't just go on Facebook and be like, oh, I'm interested in both, and think the world is going to just recognize that, because, they're not. And on the flip side of that, it's not really fair to dress all in rainbow and have really short hair, as a girl, and, look ultra butch, and expect people to perceive you as being, LGBTQ. Because we get pissed off when people discriminate against us, right? So it's not really fair for anybody to assume anyone else's sexual orientation. And we have a ton of really fucking cool allies out there, so don't get mad if people, don't assume that you're gay, or if they assume you're heterosexual, because, it is a heteronormative society that we live in. So take these opportunities to, just educate people rather than getting defensive and upset. So that's the first thing to remember. The second thing to remember is coming out is not imperative. You're not double-crossing us. We don't think you're ashamed of us. It's fine. If you're not ready to come out, you shouldn't. And not coming out doesn't mean you're ashamed of yourself, you're ashamed of the LGBTQ community, you're ashamed of your significant other if you have one. It just means that you're doing what's right for you. That being said, even if you're completely comfortable with yourself and you're ready to get out there and tell everyone and start dating, all the power to you. Don't do it if you don't think you're going to be safe. There are so many safe alternatives on the internet. There's YouTube, you can find people to talk to. There's Trevor Space, there's the GYC. There's so many forms of social network sites for LGBTQ youth. And I think that's a really good first step in getting comfortable with yourself. Because if you're afraid that your parents might kick you out, or you're afraid that you might be bullied, or you're afraid that, your life might be in danger, that's not something that you should have to deal with. And if you're not going to be safe, just wait. Just wait until you know you are. And I think a really important thing to remember is that you should always, not to be a negative Nance over here. Wah, yeah, kill me, Squidward. No. But just expect the worst, just to be safe. So by that I mean, make sure that when you do come out, even if you know it's going to be fantastic, it's great, you have a gay brother, a gay cousin, a gay uncle, your family is fine with it. You march in the fucking P flag every year. But just make sure you have safe coping mechanisms, and make sure that you have a safety net, so you have someone you can go to no matter what. You know what resources are available to you in case something does happen, because it's not ever okay to do this on your own, because bad things do happen. So those are just the important things to remember. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a professional. All the experience and knowledge I have from this are from LGBT groups I've been in college, and all the courses I've taken in school and people that I've talked to, but I'm not a professional. Don't look to me as a professional. My advice might not even be right. I'm just saying what I think is safe and what I think is best and what was best for me. God, I'm getting scared. Don't take my advice as truth. Except for the part that you make sure you're safe. I think that's a universal truth. Yeah. Coming out to my stepdad. Oh, hey, family game night. Yeah, life. It's my turn. 7. Oh man, stop to get married.
Blue peg?
Oh, actually, wrong color.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks. So, when I came out to my mom, I had been living with my dad, and I came to visit her for the weekend. And we were in the car, on our way home. She was driving. We were about 5 minutes from my house when this conversation ensued. I called my friend's mom the other day and asked her how to make squash.
Well, you could have asked me.
You like squash?
I love squash.
Oh. What else do you like?
You know, broccoli, zucchini. You know.
Oh, well, besides vegetables, what else do you like?
You know, bad stuff, like, you know, carbs. Terrible stuff for you.
Now this is the part where I expect her to ask me back what I like, and nothing. So, 2 more minutes pass. We're like about to turn on my road. Oh, well, I like girls.
What kind of food is that?
It's not.
Oh. Like, as opposed to boys?
Yeah, that's why I broke up with Peter, because I realized I can't ever like him as more than a friend.
Okay. Just don't make other people believe you're something that you're not.
Mom? Stop trying to make me think I'm something I'm not. Boom. Then we get home. I go into my room and watch fucking Margaret's show for 3 hours. Fantastic way to stick it to the man. My mom's pissed at me. Will not speak to me. Like, has not said a word to me. Is so furious. Is convinced I'm not a lesbian. Like, the whole way up my 1/8 of a mile long driveway, she's, you know, ranting and raving about how I haven't had enough experience with both and I'm not really a lesbian, and she had, you know, her experimental phase in college too. So, 3 hours later.
I got you muffins. They're in the cupboard.
So, my stepdad really helped my mom come to terms with the whole sexual orientation thing, and she's cool with it now. She is supportive, and she's okay with everything. She was even going to let my girlfriend live here, and, I mean, that's, you have to be pretty comfortable, you know?
Pretty comfortable.
Yeah. So, she's cool, and everything worked out for the best. I was really lucky, and I understand that, you know, that's a privilege, and not everyone can be as fortunate to have, you know, those important to them understand. And as far as friends go, I took the easy way out. I get really nervous around people. I have really bad social anxiety. So putting someone in a potentially uncomfortable situation isn't something that I want to do. So rather than sit there and tell them, because even if they do accept it, I mean, there's not really much to say. It's just kind of like awkward. And to save those people who wouldn't want to be my friends anymore from having to say that, I just checked the interested in box on Facebook, you know, had like my relationship statuses, and was very straightforward about it on Facebook. So I assumed my friends that still wanted to be my friends would still talk to me, and those who decided not to could, you know, delete me, because when you delete someone on Facebook, they, whoa, you mean business. But, you know, not talk to me anymore, so I kind of took the easy way out with that one.
Yeah,
But
you did.
I mean, she's cool with it.
I'm cool with it.
She's my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been friends since 3rd grade.
Scudamore.
Yep. Scuddy.
Yep.
The Mystery of the Stolen Golden Crown. A book we wrote, and I lost it and blamed it on Erica Hansey.
What?
Yeah, everybody hated Erica. That was my fault. Because I wanted to finish it myself. I didn't like where the direction was going with other people. So
Right. And Liz, too.
Liz sucked.
Yeah, she sucked.
But yeah, so that's my advice. Just make sure you're ready. Make sure everything's going to be safe. Don't come out until you know you're ready and you know you're safe. That's my advice to you. But again, I'm not a professional. And the zucchini was not in the car. Also, Dana can sing really well. You should check out her YouTube channel. I'm putting it in the crouch bar. Just go listen, like her stuff, subscribe. Way better than Steph Wells. So check her out.